Hey everybody, I'm Brent, and in this video we are going to be reviewing this DeWalt 18 gauge brad nailer DCN680. I've had it for a while now, and I want to make sure that I reviewed something I actually use. So DeWalt didn't buy this for me. I bought this myself. I've had it for a few years. I've put in lots of baseboard, mainly MDF, but I've shot a few harder wood. But overall, it's just put on MDF trim or pine trim. We'll go over some of the pros to start, and then we'll hit some of the cons. Basically, you load the pins in, load the battery up, you push it in, you'll hear the motor kind of kick on, and it fires. Nothing really magical to it. It works pretty good. You can, if you have a jam up in the front, you can easily get it out. It just pops out the nails there, the jam out. Nail that's stuck in, pop it back in, and you're ready to go. So let's talk about some of the pros. The obvious pro is you don't need a compressor. So you're not dragging out a compressor, you don't have the loud noises of a compressor, you don't have hose, you're not getting caught on anything, you don't need to move everything around. That's the best part about it. The next thing is you don't need any gas, it's just the battery. So some of the guns out there you need gas. It makes it nice that you just have to have a battery. That's great. The other thing is when you are using gas, I'm in a cold area, so sometimes you'll find that the gas will get cold if you leave the gun in your truck overnight and you go on a job and you just want to fire in a quick piece of baseboard and the gun won't work because the gas is cold and you got to let it warm up. So you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I also noticed the battery lasts a long time, so you don't have to be changing batteries all the time. In fact, I use the 5 amp hour. If you buy this in a kit, it comes with the small batteries, so it doesn't take very much. It doesn't suck the batteries dry. I find I've used this and never had to recharge it on a job. I store it without the battery in it, so it's usually getting charged all the time, and I've never had an issue. So overall, it's pretty great that way. So let's talk about a few of the cons. Obviously, it's huge. It's a big. You can't get it into small areas. That's the biggest con, I think, with this. The other big con with it is it takes a while. I'm going to load it up again. It's a little bit slow. So if you need to fire a bunch of nails in, it takes a while to charge up and go. Although it's not loud, it is kind of annoying to listen to. But overall, it's big and it's slow. So I think if you're doing a whole bunch of trim work in a day, you might want to just stick with the gas ones. That's kind of the big thing with this guy is it's huge. You can't fit it into tight areas, and I find it's kind of a pain in the butt that way. Another issue is going to be cost. So the cost of this gun, plus a battery and a charger and everything, is going to be a lot more than what you'll find the compressor kits. They have those pancake compressor kits, and they come with like 2 or 3 guns and like a bunch of nozzles and attachments. Those things are super cheap compared to this for what you get. And you get to use a compressor to add other items to it. If you're trying to save money, it's definitely not the way to go. You do have to fire a lot and try to save a lot. For me, I'm doing a lot of smaller jobs like bathrooms and stuff that I only need to put in like 3 or 4 pieces of baseboard. So for me to drag out a whole compressor and a hose and everything just isn't worth it. So this thing saves me money in the long run, just with time and space that I don't need in my truck. So that's great for me. But if you're doing production work or whatever, it might not be a great deal. And if you're just doing a small job, it might not be worth the money. So that's up to you. The other issue I had is sometimes this thing just isn't powerful enough to set nails. If you're putting on a thick hardwood baseboard, it might not be great for that. So anyways, yeah, overall it's a great tool. I like it. I would highly recommend it, but again, it's not for everybody. I've had a few people comment on my videos when I use these to try out the Milwaukee gun. Again, these tools aren't cheap, so for me to just go out and buy a tool and try it out and then switch a whole battery line isn't always feasible. But if I get my hands on one, I'll do a comparison. Just let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want me to review any other tools, just let me know. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.